And good morning. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023. I like to call that Motivation Monday. This is the time that I get to come to you, talk to you a little bit about what to plan for the week, what we're going to be talking about, give you a little bit of motivation, inspiration, information, the kind of stuff that you need to move yourself forward to achieve your health and your fitness goals. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I love to do. I am Joe Justice, the Home Gym Hustle Hero. And if you're struggling to achieve your health and fitness goals, hey, join my group, send me a message, send me a text, let me know, and I will be more than happy to help you out on your journey to becoming a better you. Today, I want to talk to you about sleep. I've talked about sleep in the past, and sleep is a big deal. How does quality sleep impact your workout? Listen, quality sleep is one of the most important aspects of your life in general. It's one of the things that people really just take advantage of, and they do not take care of themselves in that regard. Now, when it comes to health, fitness, and, just kind of taking care of your physical strength and your diet and your exercise, people kind of wrap their heads around that. But they don't wrap their heads around sleep. Sleep is a really tough topic for people. So first and foremost, recovery. Recovery is one of the most important things that you have to understand about, your health and your fitness journey. You need time to recover. You need your muscles, whenever you're doing exercise, especially if you're kind of new to it, when you're doing lots of exercise, your body, the way that strength building works, as you probably know, is you tear your muscles. You do little micro tears, then your body rebuilds those muscles. Same way that you build calluses and so forth. You kind of give your body some kind of a stimulant, and then your body increases durability, thickens up parts of your skin to build calluses, rebuilds those muscles to make them bigger and to make them stronger, works on those tendons and everything else. And the way it does that is through good sleep, good quality sleep. It's when you're going through that deep sleep cycle that your body begins to take care of that. It's also going to make a big difference in your energy level. I'm sure that you've been in the situation where you've tried to exercise, tried to do a workout when you're really tired, really exhausted, and obviously you're not putting in your all when it comes to that. You're really struggling. You're not, hitting your intensity as much as possible. And let me tell you a little secret about fitness training in general, but particularly strength training and conditioning. When it comes to strength training in particular, your intensity is a big part of that. That's going to really be what drives your performance. It's going to be what drives your results, is how much intensity you put into those workouts. And if you're tired, if you need rest, if you haven't gotten enough sleep, you're not gonna have that kind of intensity that you need to move yourself forward. And then, of course, there comes that mental focus and coordination, that mind-muscle connection that you've got. You can't, focus, like I said earlier. You can't focus. You can't achieve your full potential. You can't bring yourself to engage in the intensity that you need if you don't have proper rest and sleep. Let's take just a minute here to talk about the problems with rest and sleep and why we don't get those. There's a lot of research that's been coming out. Of course, you probably are aware that anxiety and depression are at a high in the United States, pretty much all the Western world. There's an increase in anxiety, and there's a lot of people that think that that's actually due to a decrease in adequate sleep. And when you think about it, it makes sense because, humans aren't really designed to stay up late. We're not nocturnal animals. And until it came to be that we had, lights, which was, like 150 years, not even 150 years. Let's see, Edison would have introduced lights in the early 20s, probably 1920s. I need to look that up. I didn't do my research for this episode. But so what you're looking at is lights were introduced about 100 years ago or so, and most people didn't have them. Now, lights were very heavily adopted after that. But, sure, we had candles. Sure, we had firelight. But there was a real limitation to what you could do at nighttime. You might be able to read a book by candlelight. But, you couldn't watch entertainment. I mean, there were no plays or anything, but now you can sit and watch TV all night long and fall asleep on the couch, right? So if you consider that, that's the reason why we've got this incredible amount of lack of sleep going on here these days. So it's important to understand that, our environments in the world that we live in today are radically different than how our bodies were adapted to develop. And our body, naturally, we would have just been able to get a good full night's sleep in the past, and we probably would have slept more in rhythm with the earth, right? Sure, you had certain animals like roosters that would probably wake you up in the morning so that you could do your daily chores or whatever. But again, they were taking their cues from the sun. So even in the summer times, they would be getting up at different times. We don't do any of that stuff anymore. What we do now is set alarm clocks so that we get up at whatever time, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. Right? So whether the sun's up or not, we're waking up. And it's just not the natural cycle of humans to do that type of thing. And you really do need your quality sleep. Some of the other things that you'll see that happens whenever you don't get your quality sleep, you don't have that mental focus. You get a lot of that brain fog. You start crashing in the afternoon. You can't perform on your workouts. The other thing is you'll run into some major problems with your appetite. If you don't maintain healthy sleep patterns, your appetite regulating hormones like lipids, they will, or leptin, they will, cause all kinds of havoc in your body. Your circadian rhythm will get out of sync. You'll have all of these problems that kind of crop up because your brain's not in a very good state because it doesn't have adequate sleep. Very important to understand, very important to take care of. So I really recommend that you take the time to get to bed early. My big recommendation is to go to bed around the same time every day. That could be, maybe you go to bed between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, somewhere around in there. Make sure you're in bed by 11 so that you can begin to build the patterns of sleeping regularly. And do that, and then there's lots of things. We're going to talk later on this week on things that you can do to improve your environment, improve your quality of rest. But it's just important to understand that you do need good quality night's sleep. You're not going to be able to perform at your best, and you're not going to be able to perform at the top of your game if you're not getting adequate sleep. You're not going to be able to bring that intensity. You're going to have a really hard time regulating your diet because you're going to get these cravings. What you have to understand is a lack of sleep, your body kind of interprets as a trauma because, it would be the equivalent of, your alarm waking up in the morning whenever your body's not ready to wake up is the equivalent of like, something, imagine something coming into your camp at night, and waking you up. So you have to get up and start, get activated and everything. So just think about that. So your body's going to interpret that as a trauma. What do we like to do with trauma? We like to eat. So then, we're going to have a really hard time regulating our diet. So it's really important to keep all of those things in mind and to understand how important sleep really is. Do not sleep on a lack of sleep. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. Hope you found this helpful. I hope that you enjoyed this today. Hope you have a wonderful week. We'll be talking some more about sleep a little later this week. And until then, you have a wonderful day. And if you need help with your information, motivation, and inspiration, be sure to check out my group, homegymhustleheroes.com/join, and become part of it. And I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye for now.